What is a profitable side business? By the end of this video, you're going to learn about a profitable side business that very few people know about. This is a flexible business with massive earning potential. And all you need to get started is a phone and internet connection and some information that I can give you. It's a business that you can work from home, you're going to be helping people and making great money for yourself. So let's get into it. This business I'm going to tell you about is called overages. And it's probably something you've never heard of because not many people know about overages, but now you are going to be on the inside. Overages are coming from foreclosure sales that are held on property. So when a property is foreclosed because you didn't pay your mortgage or you didn't pay your real estate taxes, then either the mortgage company or the taxing authority is going to push that house to an auction where it's going to be auctioned off to the highest bidder. And here's the thing. Those auctions are very, very competitive. There are people bidding like crazy, like meh, blah, blah, because people are excited about real estate. You know, an average house in America has doubled in value over the past 5 years. People see that. Houses are expensive. There's not a big supply of them. So they're excited to get them. So bidders at auctions will pay typically 80% of the as-is value of a property. So average house in America today, according to the Federal Reserve, worth a little over $400,000. So a bidder at that sale is going to pay about $320,000 for a property. Now, wouldn't you be happy if you got a $400,000 house for $320,000? Of course you would. So that's why the bidders are there bidding. But here's the thing. If we look at a real estate tax auction, which happens when you don't pay your real estate taxes for 3 or 4 years, well, in a $400,000 house, on average, your tax bill is going to be about $8,000 per year. So if you fall, let's say, 4 years behind in your taxes, you owe $32,000 in taxes plus penalties and interest. So let's just say that that doubles. So you owe $60,000 in taxes on a $400,000 house. Well, when that house goes to the tax auction, it's going to sell for about $320,000. Well, that means there's going to be a lot of money left over because if the auctioneer for the county collects $320,000 and he only has to pay out $60,000 to take care of the taxes, well, that leaves $280,000 left over. So the question is, what happens to that $280,000? The former owner should get it, but here's the catch. In order to get that money, they actually have to go and formally apply for it. They fill in some simple paperwork, but unless they apply for that money, they don't get it. It's similar to if you think about your income tax refund. When you want your income tax refund, you can fill in the 1040 easy form, which is pretty simple to do, or you can have like H&R Block do it for you for $100. You have to fill in the taxes and submit it to the IRS, and then they just give you your refund. They don't give you a hard time. They just deposit the money directly into your bank account. But if you don't apply, like if you didn't fill in your tax return, you wouldn't get a refund even if they knew that you owed a refund. This is exactly the same thing. You will get your refund as long as you apply for it, but here's the problem. These folks have no idea that there is any money left over sitting for them. They don't even know there could be any money. Because when you lose your house to foreclosure, whether it's a mortgage foreclosure or a tax foreclosure, you're thinking, I've lost everything. You know, you're sort of slumping off, feeling like down in the dirt because you've been thrown out of your own house because you couldn't pay your taxes or you couldn't pay your mortgage. They don't think about it any further. They're just stressed out trying to find a new place to live. They have to tell the kids, we have to move. They don't have any money to move. Really, really difficult emotionally for those folks. They have no idea there's any money left over. That's why over 70% of the time, this money is never collected. It just sits in government accounts until it eventually just forfeits to the government. And that is a crime because the people that are losing that money are the ones that can least afford to lose it. Let's face it, they were so broke they lost their house. They need money. So let's get back to how this is going to be an amazing business for you. The business is we get the lists of monies that are sitting in government accounts just waiting for people to claim them. This is a sample list. This list that you're seeing on your screen is an actual list of actual monies sitting from one county in America. Look at that money, tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars just sitting there waiting to be claimed. And notice how old a lot of these claims are. A lot of these claims are sitting there for more than a year. And if you were owed $100,000 or the kinds of monies you're seeing in here, how quick would you get down there to claim the money? Well, I bet you'd shut off the video right now and run right down there and apply for the money, right? The problem is These people don't know about the money. That's why it just sits there until it eventually forfeits. The forfeiture has an official word. It's called escheat. I kind of like that word because I think it really says what it is. I'm a lawyer, and in law school we look at words to say, what does this word mean? We look at the word root. What's the word root of escheat? Cheat, right? And that's exactly what happens to these folks who can least afford to lose it. They get cheated out of the money, which really is the equity in their house, which they really, truly deserve and really, truly need. So your job and your work and your side business is going to be getting the list of people who owe the money, just like the list that you just saw. Those are very easily accessible across the internet, typically completely free. I can show you how to do that in just 5 minutes. And then you get the contact information for the people. You have their name and the address of the property, so it's easy to go from there to get their contact information, especially these days with the internet. Again, I can show you how to do that in just a few minutes. And then you reach out to the folks. You're going to have their phone number. You're going to have their physical mailing address. You're going to have their Facebook address. You can reach out to them by Facebook. You can send them an email. You can call them up. You can send them a letter. We do all of those things in combination. I'll show you the most effective ways to do that. So you reach out, you tell them the good news. Say, oh, Mr. Johnson, so glad I got a hold of you. Did you know that there's a big refund that you're eligible to claim? And in my company, we help people get those refunds for a percentage. Absolutely no risk to you. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't cost you anything. But if it works out, you could get a very big windfall. We're looking at this list. Looks like you're owed $120,000. So net of working with us, you should get $70,000 to $80,000 even after all your costs. Can you imagine how excited Mr. Jones is going to be when you call him telling him there's $70,000 to $80,000 that you could get him? Doesn't cost him anything to try. All he's got to do is meet for a couple minutes to give you permission to go and claim the money. And that's all he needs to do, 15 minutes. That's why this is such a great business, because it's simple and your customers are going to be so excited when they do business with you. Now, a couple of things. This is something we're going to be doing from home. So I have people lined up that will actually go and meet the people for you. Once they say yes, typically you're talking on the phone. Once they say yes, say, great, I'll send someone over. Let me get you in touch with them. You guys can schedule a meeting. The folks will go over, get all the paperwork signed for you, and return the paperwork for you. So you never have to leave your house in this business. And then you're going to fill in the claim forms. Part of the way I train people is I show you how to fill in the claim forms properly. You mail those in. The county will process them and then send you a check. It's a really very simple, straightforward business. Usually takes a couple months to get a check because it is a bureaucratic system. So the way this business works, it's a pipeline business. You're going to put deals in your pipeline. A couple months down the road, they'll start paying out. And what's great about that is you spend your days filling your pipeline and you have a predictable stream of income that you can really time. You know there's going to be a couple months and you're going to be getting those checks. You can load up your pipeline, and for example, let's say you wanted to go away for a month's vacation, like world tour, it's going to be amazing. Load up your pipeline and then go away for the month. Because when you get back, there's going to be money coming out of that pipeline. And you can do that. It's an amazing business. You can do it from anywhere. Because you're working by phone, by mail, by internet messages, you can be on the beach for the winter. You can be skiing if you like to ski. You can be traveling. You can have a really great and amazing life and be making great money. And this business is very large. We have an internal database of leads. We cover about 15 states. We stopped getting additional states just because we just don't need that many leads. We have over $350 million worth of leads, over 14,000 leads, and every day there are about 3,000 tax sales held and a couple hundred mortgage foreclosures held, all of which just add to the pot. So obviously we're not trying to cover the whole country. We already can't work all the leads we have anyway. So it's a wide open business where you can get into this and really make amazing money, make an amazing difference in people's lives, and you can run this as a side business. Doesn't take a lot of money to start. You don't need to rent an office. You don't need any employees. You can really start out as an army of one. We even have people that are doing this with families, husband and wife, or a mother and a daughter, or a father and a daughter, or a father and a son. We have little family units doing it, and they really have great family businesses. They work together, they're making great money, and they're simply having a great life. Look, there's lots of opportunity in the world. I love this business because in this business, we're helping people who desperately need help and making a great living. So to me, it's my favorite business. Some of the reasons you may like it, you might like that, but also very, very low startup costs, very low operating costs. You don't need a lot of money to get training. You don't need a lot of money to outfit an office. You just literally need a desk in the corner of the room. If you have a laptop, it's really nice. You can do it without it, but it's really nice to have a laptop. You need a telephone and an internet connection, and you need the commitment to do it. As long as you'll do those things, then you can have an amazing and profitable side business that can grow as large as you want it. So I know you want to know more about this, so let me give you the next resource. I recorded a video called The Intro to the Overages Business. There I go into more detail and I show you the steps that you can take to get started, and I even have an advanced training that you can go to from there. So this is attorney Bob Diamond. Please go check out the Intro to Overages Business video. This can be exactly the doorway to the profitable and lucrative and fun side business that you want. So click on the link. I'll see you over in the Intro to Overages Business, and I can't wait to tell you more about this.